Vivo's latest model, the Y300 Pro, is here. It is said to be a flagship in the eye, and it will last forever. Let's take a look. The outer packaging continues the design style of the previous generation, a layer of mobile phone case and charging head data line. It is also a concept of road paper. The front is a quad curved screen. The inner corner is the same as the body, with a micro curve of 40 degrees. The border is about 2.48 mm at the forehead, about 2.3 cm at the left and right. The chin is about 3.49 mm. The lens is a 32 megapixel wide angle. The touch can be continuously connected, and the finger can also be pressed. The screen and the middle frame are directly integrated, and there is no stand. The middle frame is not made of flat to pursue an extreme flat ratio. It's a little bit of a curved design, but it's not a full curve. It's a clear curve and a straight visual narrow border. This three-dimensional transition will have a little bit of a sense of breakage. The middle frame is relatively thick, and the material is plastic. So there is no break point, and it is not slippery. It can provide good friction. The button is tight and does not shake. There is a microphone opening at the top. In fact, it supports an external cable. We will see later. The bottom is USB 2.0. It's a little bit down on the border. The back is made of glass. The coating of the inner layer has a very liquid metal texture. You can see the detail inside with a microscope. The lens area is a round shape. 4 lenses are aligned. No. The top one is a round flash and the bottom one is the remote control. Under the ring there is a sun pattern in the lens ring, and the outer ring is the design of the jade ring. Overall, it looks symmetrical and orderly. This is the color, and there are also ink jade, black and case jade. Which one do you think is better? Let's vote. The thickness is 8.04 mm, and the lens protrudes 10.5 mm. The weight is 197.96 grams. The 6500 mAh battery does not feel heavy, which is very rare. It is also relatively stable on the table. It will be a bit choppy if you press the upper 2 corners hard. The water repellent case is all wrapped. There is also anti-slip reinforcement around the whole machine. Also supports IP65 waterproof and wet hand oil hand control. Next, let's take a look at the hardware performance. The screen is 6.7 inches and covers the golden steel glass. It also supports SGS 5-star anti-slip and comes with an anti-slip film. The screen is a method of optical fingerprint white light. The position is a little lower. OLED is a resolution of 23.2 by 1080. The maximum brightness in the hand is 500 nits. It can also be higher in the system. The overall exposure brightness is 1200 nits and the peak value of 5000 nits requires special conditions. The 120 Hz refresh rate is 60, which is multi-block confident. After the brightness is low, it is fixed at 90 Hz. Small light, high brightness is the same fluctuation as the frequency and refresh rate. The 40% brightness is added to the 2160 Hz PWM, and in the developer option, turn on the high frequency PWM option. It can become a fixed 60 Hz refresh rate, but the 3840 Hz PWM is added. The fluctuation is different in different brightness. The color is the original white. The professional mode is the traditional D65 color. The color is 95.6% f3GB. The average brightness is 2.4. The average color is 2.2. The maximum is 3.7. The standard mode is the D72 color. The color is 96.8% P3. The average color is 12.6. The maximum is 6.5. And the test mode is 78.1% BT2020. The performance is moderate. It can be the first generation of Qualcomm Snapdragon 6, Samsung 4 nanometers process. The 8 cores are 4A78 and 4A55, 40% higher than 695, and the GPU is Android 720. 35% higher. The memory is 12G DDR5 dual channel 2750 MHz. Support 12G expansion and the memory is 512G UFS2. The speed is as shown in the picture. Support 90 frames per second of the King. There is a natural housing. The narrow border will not affect the operation. The measurement is basically stable. But there will be a fluctuation of the number of frames in the team battle. It will be a little bit reluctant. The temperature is not high. The high brightness of 350 nits is half an hour. The maximum is only about 43 degrees. Charging is equipped with 80W charging head and 8A data cable. Support VFCP fast charge and QC fast charge. The maximum is about 70W, stable at about 65W. The mobile phone also supports the public version of the A-port. UFCS fast charge is 27W. The C-port supports PD3 is 34W. The battery is 6500 mAh, which is quite durable. The 1740 cycle is more than 80%. The game I just played consumed only 15% of the battery. And the standby power consumption is about 1% per hour. It's really hard to run out of battery more than half the time. Than 4600 mAh can be used as a charger. 5 volts can be released at about 5000 mAh according to the highest conversion rate. Can be used for portable devices. The baseband is X62. 5G frequency is the least necessary. Wi-Fi 5 supports dual frequency. 5G frequency is a single day line. 433 MHz bandwidth does not support dual Wi-Fi acceleration, and the navigation supports a single frequency of several hundred times. Flying to dual frequency. The speaker is 5.1. The speaker has 200% volume, but there is no integrated speaker. Supports self-speaking sound mode. And the vibration is XO cable motor, but the sensitivity will be loose. The main lens is Sony's Optics 650 megapixels. Pixels support 4-in-1 output, also supports 2x zoom, that is, the whole pixel is focused on imaging, reduce the overall imaging and then cut the computing waste. But there is no optical anti-shake. There is a person-to-eye focus mode, support natural color, but the two differences are not very big. The daytime imaging effect is not bad. It's also a typhoon recently, so it's always cloudy. The weak light will automatically turn into night mode, so the resolution is also good. But the exposure time will be increased, and if you want to turn it off, you need to change the settings. The purity will be slightly weaker, the lack of color is a bit too much, and the HDR resolution is obviously not as good as before. The highlight suppression is insufficient. You can't see the light. The overall feeling of the rest is still good. There are also 2 million pixels of blurring lens and CO2. The portrait has a new soft light CCD mode. It's also an AI clip. There may be some flaws when drawing. In general, it is an entry-level model, but the appearance is going to the extreme. The screen also guarantees a high brightness that can be seen clearly outdoors. The battery life is also very strong, suitable for daily use that does not play large games but has a certain quality. The model with the same price is a completely opposite trend. One more positioning is one more choice. How do you feel is also welcome to leave a comment. Okay, I'm Wang Chu. See you next time. You.